boy, they are really slugging it out. I'm board with Dryden now as we look back to Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon having a good run. He's still running on the lead lap, so he's in good shape at this point.
Oh, a big problem here right at the start-finish line. Several cars involved in a big crash. Man, oh, man.
You can see the yellow car was Jack Hewitt. There we see Gary Hieber also up against the wall. As we're riding along with Dan Dryden, he did a complete spin and kept the car going and went on around the racetrack. There is Dave Darland.
And Hieber has climbed out of his car, and he's okay. Jack Hewitt remains in his car, and Dave Darland's machine is headed the wrong way on the racetrack. There is Johnny Heidenreich, who's coming into the pits.
Yeah, I think he was involved. Oh, there's Jack Hewitt. Obviously, his feet are on fire. That's not a dance he wants to do, believe me. It's not the Macarena. Firefighting
equipment is right there, and hopefully they can quench the flames that are burning on Jack Hewitt's feet. Boy, this was a really nasty-looking crash, and it occurred right here at the start-finish line. Well, they've doused the flames apparently on Hewitt, and he's well enough to walk across the track and survey the damage to his car.
Alcohol you can't see burning. That's the reason you couldn't tell he was on fire, but he could obviously feel it.
And he talks with Gary Hieber, obviously not too happy with Hieber, who of course was not on the lead lap, having made a pit stop. And the red flag has brought this race to a halt. Let's take a look at it once again.
That's Jack Hewitt in the yellow car, way on the outside as he comes down to the front straightaway. He and Hieber get together. They hit the wall very hard, come back down towards the middle of the racetrack. Meanwhile, oh, look at this. Dave Darland over a tire, almost gets upside down, comes back on all fours. Wow, he's lucky he didn't do a real bad flip on that one.
What a scary moment for Dave Darland. That thing just launched like a rocket ship and came back down on all fours. Here it is once again. You can see the contact there between Hieber and Hewitt, forcing Hewitt's car up into the outside wall.
And at one point, they're almost blocking the racetrack. Everybody behind them trying to evade this crash. Meanwhile, Darland has already done his little trick and has come back down on all fours. But right there again, Hewitt almost got upside down as he climbed the wall.
He did, and that was the second impact with the wall. Real time now on Dan Dryden's onboard camera. You'll see him become involved in the crash right here.
Yes, he just comes around there, and you can see that that was Darland who almost came down on top of Danny Dryden as he was facing the wrong way.
And finally, another look real time from our camera located down in turn number 1. And again, watch that blue car come launching up and over a tire. And oh, man.
It was Dryden who does the turnaround. All of those guys, very lucky there were only 4 or 5 cars involved in that, because those first 2 cars hit the wall and almost blocked the racetrack.
There's Darland, who has made it back to his assigned pit area. Apparently all drivers okay, although, of course, we did see Jack Hewitt with some fire at his feet, and Hewitt is still having some words with Gary Hieber, and Hieber is fighting right back. They may have to be separated here by some USAC officials.
Jack is not a happy man, I can tell you that.
The red flag is out here at Nazareth Speedway in Pennsylvania. A big multi-car crash has brought the proceedings to a halt. We'll be back in a moment.
Well, Gary Hieber just walked out of the infield care area, but under your own power. You were not hurt, but what happened out there?
We were just running. We got way loose and blistered a tire when we were leading. And I just had to come in. I was just losing so much time. And we only lost about 2 laps in the pits, and we come back out in line. And, I mean, we're out there racing. Jack evidently was on the lead lap, and Jimmy was on the lead lap. I didn't know who was behind me. I mean, I couldn't hear that good on the radio. You know, if was, I apologize to them, but, you know, I'm out there racing too, and he just tried to get on the outside of me on the front chute where I don't think he should be passing, so it's a little bit his fault as much as it's mine, probably.
It's difficult to lay blame to anyone in this accident. We'll let you decide.
Wow, he did get squeezed into the wall, but I'm not sure whether Hieber didn't see him or was trying to get out of the way of Sills.
We heard Gary Hieber's side of the story. Let's go down to Gary with Jack Hewitt now.
How did you see it from your cockpit?
Well, I seen Ryan Newman was real loose, and Jimmy put a move on him along with Gary Hieber and then myself. And I knew Gary was 3 laps down, and Jimmy Sills and Ryan Newman, I was racing for position, and we got out there, and evidently Hieber just paid attention to the inside, and he come around the flag corner and just moved up, you know, and got me and him into the wall. And you know, I'm sure he didn't do it intentionally, but when you're 3 laps down, he'd been blocking Jimmy Sills and I for 15 laps. You know, all I can say is now the next time when I'm getting lapped, there'll be no more move-overs. I don't even need a radio because I'm not moving for any of them.
Now, the old man got his dander up there, but you were hot for a couple of reasons. How are the feet?
Oh, I just kind of, I went up there to hit that valve that they got to shut the fuel tank off out of the, to shut the fuel from running out of the tank, and I was standing in the fire. I smelled it, and then I felt it, and the guy kept wanting to put my pants legs out. I said, no, it's my feet, but it didn't burn it bad. It just got a little hot.
Will you have a chance to visit with Gary Hieber when things cool off?
I don't want to visit with him. Stupidity I don't need to talk to.
Well, you're going off to go fishing. That should settle your nerves for about a week.
Yeah, I just, what can you say? It's just a bad day at the races. Heck, everybody has bad days now and then, and I got a whole summer left. There'll be some good ones.
Not a man who is lost for words, Jack Hewitt.